someday we, Islam or Muslim community in Singapore, can change things or how it is here. So Ustaz Kazim actually answered like this, and I will try my best to recall, and I will try my best to say whatever he has said as accurate as I can. Wallahi, it's my intention is pure. So he began like this, and he said, I have taught a lot of students. I have my own madrasa. I have people who I take care of. I have my books. I have everything. And in the television itself, I have at least hundreds and thousands of viewers that is listening to me, to my da'wah, to my speech, to everything. And some of them I'm even host, and that I listen to people's da'wah. And I have books selling about things and everything. And I have millions and millions of views, followers in Facebook. I even have Twitter followers that I don't hold an account for. Subhanallah. And you must be wondering, mesti pahala Ustaz Kazim ni banyak kan? Alhamdulillah. Allahu alam. We let Allah judge that. However, what we forget is that the help where I began just like you, learning from the basics, learning from Iqra, learning Al-Quran. I started off very low, and I got 250 ringgit every month, so I can get my utensils, everything that I need, and I get to eat. So my parents don't have to pay much. So if it is, where do I get this money? Is basically from zakat. So from this zakat, your zakat, people's zakat, has actually helped me in being who I am today. And like some of the ustaz even here in Singapore who actually have flourished beautifully, and that have taught a lot of Muslim community here and also abroad, also learned by zakat. And mashallah, you as a Muslim who give the zakat has actually earned your reward yourself. Subhanallah. So what this does is, you might not realize it even when you are dead, when dah dalam kubur, bila dah dalam kubur, even our amalan, our pahala will still go on and on and on and on and on because of this zakat. The ilmu is being passed on. Even with this zakat, you build the fan inside the masjid, you build the aircon inside the masjid, and people sit inside the masjid under the fan, and subhanallah, you still get the pahala. And it goes on and on. And Ustaz Kazim was told that in Singapore, Muiz has done a very splendid job of being able to give 90% or almost 100% of the zakat to the people, to learn, to study, for the masjid and everything, to build masjid, to improve the masjid. And that's how it should be. Because from where Ustaz Kazim was, some of the zakat was kept. It was kept in such a way that they say, we have a lot of money, but it's being kept, and so the pahala is not moving, it's not flowing enough. So what Muiz has done is beautiful, that it is being used, every single cent. So what this means is your zakat is working, that you are benefiting from your zakat. You don't see it now, you don't see the power of zakat now. Maybe you will see it only in your kubur, in your akhirah, and in only akhirah you will see it. And some people see it when they die, and when they're about to die, sakaratul maut, all they can do is regret that I should have, I regret, mashallah. However, being in the Muslim community, in order to give zakat, alright, we have to have money, we have to have harta. Am I right? We don't, macam mana kita nak bayar zakat? Kalau Allah cakap bila masjid pergi zakat, mari bayar zakat. Ustaz, saya nak bayar zakat, mana saya lagi tunggu zakat lagi ada, Ustaz. Masya Allah. And that is the problem of the Muslim society these days. Or even, it is true. Why? Because some of the Ustaz, he said most of the Ustaz say, dunia ni hanya sementara. Am I right? However, dunya is Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam hated what he hated about dunya is not the dunya, is the dunya of sins, the dunya that is made of haram. And the people of the most ibadah, you might see an imam or everything, but Rasulullah gave an open speech. He said people who have the highest ibadah is people who refrain from haram. So which means you yourself can be even better than imam by refrain from haram. Take care of your ears, take care of your eyes, your nose, your mouth. MashaAllah. He opens it to all. But sometimes don't get jealous. Sometimes you see someone imam and you go like, subhanallah, he's imam. Tu imam, asalkan imam je dia solat. Asalkan solat je imam. Asalkan dia solat je imam. Asal imam je dia solat. Subhanallah. Don't be jealous of these people because Rasulullah has given us the opportunity. And then it's important, of course, for us Muslims to be wealthy, because being wealthy will be able for us to give more zakat. In the time of Rasulullah, people who are in more in so-called a poorer state is so jealous of people who have a lot of money. Why? Because they are able to see them sadaqah. Yes, but kalau kita bagi zakat kita, insya-Allah Allah cakap, kau bagi aku tambah, subhanallah. Kalau dia tak kasih tambah dengan cara duit, kalau dia tak kasih cara harta, dia kasih tambah dengan ketenangan. Kalau dia tak kasih dengan ketenangan, dia kasih dengan jodoh yang soleh, solehah, insya-Allah. Macam mana kita nak jodoh yang soleh, solehah kalau kita tak beri zakat? Masya-Allah. And kalau dapat jodoh yang soleh, solehah tu, it's half of the dunya already, they say. There is this saying that it's half of the dunya already, masya-Allah. And see what zakat does to you. Okay. And then another point is that one of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam sahaba, I wouldn't want to mention names because honestly I forgot and I don't want to be accounted for whatever I say. I don't want to be under fitnah. But he's one of the wealthiest men. He is one of the wealthiest men. And then people ask him, yes, sahaba, you say that don't kejar dunya, forget about dunya, and but why are you so rich? Why is your business going well and everything? And what did he answer? He said, if it wasn't for my teachers, there was two names which I couldn't remember as well. If it wasn't for my teachers, I wouldn't have run a business. Why? Because last time, during the days of Rasulullah, people go to the ulama. They go to the ulama to study, to learn Quran, to learn the hadith. So it's full-time service for all these people. And sometimes they get too engrossed and they gave so much that they don't even earn themselves. They earn so little to themselves. So what does this Sahaba does is that he works so hard so he can so-called tanggung both of them. And at that point of time, there's no teachers. Like right now, we go to madrasah. We can go to somewhere to learn. But last time, it's all about the ulama. So he actually tanggung the ulama. So the ulama actually, so-called, he can teach full time. Subhanallah. He sees the opportunity. And then he said, this wealth of mine was never for me, but it's for them. Not for me, but not for the dunya. But it's my investment in akhirah. Subhanallah. So why are we settling a little? And then some of them say, jangan harta banyak-banyak, nanti masuk syurga lambat. Nanti masuk syurga lambat. Apa pasal? Nanti banyak nak kena tanya, banyak barang, banyak sangat nak kira. Ada juga, there's this hadith that says that one of the richest sahaba will go in syurga ngesot. Do you know what ngesot is? Ngesot is basically like, so-called, just you should look that up, ngesot. Okay? And some people took it as if like ngesot because he was so heavy because of his harta. No. He is so near to Jannah that he don't even have to stand up to go inside. He just have to ngesot in. Just like how you are at an entrance. Imagine you're at an entrance and then someone invite you in, and would you want to stand up and walk a step, or do you just ngesot in? Subhanallah. Because of that wealth. This is what Ustaz Kazim have taught us today. And so it is important for the bekalan to work hard. This is what one of the Sahaba of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also got angry about. He said, go out of the mosque now. Go out. Why? Because he wants them to usaha. He wants them to work for it. Not just stay in there. Ibadah is important. Alhamdulillah, ibadah. That's very good. Ibadah. He uses tasbih. From the tasbih, and then he very long tasbih. And then people ask, orang tanya, apa tu? Oh, rantai basikal, Ustaz. I'm sorry, that was actually his joke. I'm sorry. And so, ibadah is good. Alhamdulillah. But there is so much way to do. You don't just forget about dunya as well. Like I said, what Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam hated dunya was not dunya. It's the dunya of sins. The things that is haram. MashaAllah. So the people last time was so envy of these people who are rich because they are able to give. Bila kita beri, kita rasa manis, subhanallah. Kita rasa sedap. Kita rasa nikmat memberi. Dan bila kita pula yang menerima, giving is always sweeter than receiving, subhanallah. And now going back to zakat, sometimes we forget about business. Maybe there is so much business. People want to open business in Singapore, in anywhere. But we are so narrow-minded. Asalkan Melayu je, baju Melayu. Jual baju Melayu, jual gini-gini, semua barang Melayu. Berapa persen saja yang gunakan baju Melayu? So in Malaysia itself, only 1% owns a handphone company. When it's over 2 billion, or is it 1.5 billion of people handphones being used, and only one, subhanallah. And it's not that people that are looking down on this, it's our mentality. When we read, oh, it's local, it's Islam, someone in Islam, quality tak bagus, so we don't support. And how do we expect us to take control of the economy? So the first thing we have to do for a good zakat is we have to take control of the economy. When we are taking control of the economy, our zakat increases, subhanallah. And our zakat increases, more productivity is given. And this zakat, and how many of us, and then they say, Ustaz, macam mana nak buka economy, macam mana nak buka business, Ustaz, modal tak cukup. Who are we as compared to these people? The kafir, the non-Muslims, shall I say. They have a lot more modal. And then Ustaz said, by the will of Allah, the minority can conquer. Subhanallah. From where Ustaz is, everywhere he go, there's this minority, people who wear turban, they sing. So what they does is, every time you see a doctor, it sings something. Every time you see a medical, it sings something. Every time you go anything that has got to do, it's always a sing. You see Raja Gopal, you see the name different. He have never seen anyone of their people washing the toilets or anything. No, subhanallah. Why? Because once they are up there, they help each other. They contribute each other, and so everyone is up there. Subhanallah. They just don't want to feel. They have the idea in mind so early on that they just have to succeed. And they are the minority. What about us? So this is when it is important for us to work together. We have to give support to the people who want to open business. And business is not only to the Muslim community itself. If you see in Malaysia itself, 60%, more than 60% of the food industry does not belong to Muslim people, but they still want this halal sijil. Why? Because it's a business opportunity. Subhanallah. So if this zakat, it is good, of course it is extremely good to build masjid. But when we increase the quality of masjid or the number of masjid will still be masjid. Subhanallah. But what about instead of bangunkan masjid, dengan duit zakat ini kita bangunkan insan. We use this to give encouragement to people who are learning, to support people who are learning, so that they can study well. And when they study well, take hold of the economy. And then the economy, and then the zakah will increase, subhanallah. And that is when we take control. And it all comes down to that. Taking control of the economy.